Grace and peace, y'all. I hope you're feeling blessed this afternoon. All right, listen, I'm having lunch, but I was getting a download, and what I was getting is how do you cancel out loneliness on the spiritual path? And this is a really good question because until you find that resolve within yourself, that comfortability of being in your own energy, your own strength, you are going to find that you feel very alone. And regardless of if you like, oh, I'm always with Jesus, you're going to crave human to human contact, especially if you're used to that. You're coming from it. You're coming from being in the herd, in the group, included, social. You're going to crave sociality because that's what you know. So feeling lonely will come up in that sense. But the way you defeat feeling lonely when you're on the spiritual path is understanding that until you have balanced out your energy, until you have come to a point where you enjoy being in your own skin, in your own energy, to the point that you prefer it, loneliness is going to come up. Now, when it comes up, it's not for you to seek something to fill the position or fill the spot. Allow it to come up for you and then evaluate the emotion. When you feel lonely, what are you actually craving? Are you craving contact? And if you are craving contact, are you craving any contact? Because if you're willing to be in the energy of anyone for the sake of curing your loneliness, you got a long way to go on the spiritual path. But if you are seeking maybe someone who is like you, like-minded, enlightened, someone you can share the knowledge, the wisdom, the feelings, the things you're going through with, that's totally different. That could literally mean that you are getting to the point where you're crossing the juncture of looking for community. And that is where God is now promoting you to start seeking like-minded individuals so that you can not only grow, but you can also heal from being the extroverted social one. Now, this point is important because you have to be able to tell the difference. If you are seeking community and you haven't found ways to be comfortable in your own energy and to balance out your energy so you can tell the difference between your own emotions, your own energy, and everyone else around you, you'll jump into it too quickly and you may gravitate to becoming a codependent energy. So it is very important for you to know where you are on the journey. Because it's not about getting to the end when you now be social and hanging out with people and telling them how spiritual you are. No. You want to flow through the journey because you can't skip steps. You're just not allowed to. God won't let you skip steps because each step is important to your healing. So if you're not quite there yet where you can sit with yourself and be alone, meaning in your own energy, because remember, you're never alone, you're with Jesus, where you can be by yourself for days at a time, even months at a time, without it being something that cripples you internally, you may not be ready for community, and that's okay. Now, as far as socializing with people who you know are on the enlightened spectrum, do that. It is going to help you get to that point. But also remember, you cannot latch on, because when you hold on, God's going to rip you away, and it's going to feel like Velcro. You're going to hear that whole sound when he tears you from them if you begin to become codependent. So know where you are in your phases. Loneliness is one of those things that we just as human naturally feel because we come into the world craving community. We come craving love, craving someone showing you emotionality. So it's normal. But reframe what loneliness means to you. Because if you are lonely, or you're uncomfortable in your own energy, that means you are in poor company. Start liking your company by liking who you are. All right, listen, I'm gonna get back to my lunch. But I hope this enlightened you today. Make sure you comment. I'm gonna talk to somebody. Not because I'm lonely, because I'm gonna enlighten you. Love and light, y'all. And peace.